Hey everyone, Brian with Team JTR Spartacus. Welcome back to the channel. So I was previously complaining about my backup lights on my Gladiator, and I've come to a decision for a fix, and let's walk around here and check it out. So I decided on the fix for these to use this Oracle reverse light. They look flush and factory. Real quick word, I got these lights from Jason at Bad Attitude Off-Road. So Jason's always my go-to for getting parts for my Jeep. badattitudeoffroad.com. Check them out. Great supplier. And if you're new to the channel, you won't know this, but if you're a follower, you'll know I don't take things from manufacturers. I work with, suppliers, and I try to work and get good deals with them, but I want to be able to tell you the truth about these things. So if these suck, I'm going to tell you. If they're great, I'm going to tell you. One way or the other, doesn't matter. Because I buy this stuff with my own money and I install it with my own time. And if you haven't noticed, it's 35 degrees out here. So doing this out in a cold Pennsylvania day. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and check out the install. Okay, so when you open these up, I opened it up before to check it out. Some directions, some taps. We're not going to be using the taps because I got the actual harness with it, but we will take a look at these directions. This is where that harness is that I mentioned. So we'll check that out real quick. That basically just plugs in and plugs into your tail lights. So quick, just plugs into one end of your tail light and then to the other, and then these go out to the respective backup lights. So that's easy peasy. And then the actual lights themselves. So these feel pretty substantial. They've got some protective covering on them, and they've got sort of a metal feel to them. These feel pretty substantial. So we'll get those off, the old ones off. These guys over here. And if I understand it right, it's like a 7mm and 8mm socket, and maybe a pair of pliers to pull some of the Christmas trees off. But we'll get those old ones off. So there's the before, and then we'll give you an after and show you how it works. All right, this is how you know this isn't some studio truck, because I got mud thrown up in here, and it makes sense that mud would get thrown here because it's right behind the tires. So there's 1, 2, I don't know if you can see this up top, 3. So we just undo those and pull this piece out, and it's just a reflector, so nothing special. So you've seen a socket used before, so we'll just skip to where it's out and we'll get the other one in. All right, so I got all those off. I actually broke this thing. It was getting on my nerves. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna throw this thing in the trash anyway, but let's pull that out. So that's where the new Oracle piece is gonna go. Save those 3 factory screws. We're gonna use it to put it right back in. And then this is just a cheap little, I don't know, plastic reflector that we're gonna replace with the Oracle piece that I got laying over there. So we'll get that in and we'll get the next one in. Quick note on the pliers or the prior thing, the Christmas tree remover. I didn't need either of those. I think that's if you have the backup sensor. I don't have that. There was no wires or anything anywhere near this, so I was able to just remove those 3 bolts and get it out of there. The installation's simple enough. It's just the reverse of the removal. Got the Oracle piece, get it up in here. It fits just like factory pretty much. Got to wiggle it around. Sorry about that, you're not gonna be able to see that. Just got to wiggle it around a little bit and get it in the right spot. And then we'll get it mounted in there with the screws, the factory bolts. All right, the first one's in. That was easy enough. It took about 10-15 minutes. No big deal. No issues. It's just a little tight in there, and dirty. That's about it. Let's move on to the other side. Okay, on the passenger side, exactly the same. I found that this stupid piece of plastic. I think it's there to hold some sort of wire or something. Maybe that's for the backup sensors. It's empty here though. Kept getting in my way, so I just broke it off on the other side. I'm gonna break it off now. It's in my way. If you're antsy about that, don't do it. But the thing here on the passenger side, all the factory hardware is out. Save it, pull this out, and put the Oracle one in. One of these reasons you should probably keep your Jeep clean if you're gonna work on it, but I was just up at Michaud State Forest and it's all muddy. Ran it through the car wash, but not really clean. Dirt falling, that was up my sleeve, it just fell out. Both are installed, not wired yet, but installed, so you get the idea of what it looks like without the lights on. And then we'll get them installed and wired. I'm gonna use the driver's side. So all we have to do is take off that one side and then put this little harness in there and then run the wires. All right, so there's just two 8mm, one here, and where's the other one? Right here. It's hard to see. It's black truck. Two of those, we're gonna take those off, take the tail light out, and put that harness in. Just a quick note, if you haven't taken your tail lights off or if you forgot, this little thing here, this ball thing, provides some resistance. And it feels like you might be breaking something or something, but you do have to just give it a firm pull to pull it out. There's only two bolts in there. And I just did a quick check to make sure, and then just pull that out. And then disconnect this harness here, which I'll need both hands for probably. And then we'll plug in the harness there. There it is. And then we'll plug in the connector. All right, so I'm running into the first trouble. This thing does not want to come off. I've got the red tab down. I've squeezed like you're supposed to in here, and it doesn't squeeze. It's like filled with dirt and grunk. So I'm gonna try spraying some stuff in there, some WD-40 or something, get it in there and get those separated without breaking it. Just be real careful. Okay, so I sprayed a little bit of this crap in there, and it was full of dirt. Just dirty crap came out of it. And it came off. So basically what's happened is these stupid little connectors you have to push down on, and there was so much crud behind it that it wouldn't let me push down on it. So once I sprayed in there, it let me push down and pull it right out. So again, when you look at this stuff on YouTube, most of the time, these are show trucks. I use this truck, you can see dirt's getting in there. So these are the kinds of things that happen. So real life things. Just a simple heads up. You see, obviously one side's longer than the other, so it could reach to the, I'm starting on the driver's side, so it can reach to the passenger side. Just obviously be cognizant of that when you hook up your wires so you don't end up short. Simple enough, obviously, just switch them. So you see this end looks identical to this end. So we're just gonna plug that in, and then we'll plug the other end back into the light and put the light back together. I clean this up a little bit, we'll just push these together. I'll need two hands to do this to get them clicked together. And we'll just plug the light back into this end and run those wires. So all we gotta do here is reach down, grab these wires. You'll notice they come with these taps things on them when you take those off, and hand it up through, and then make the connections and then run the wires. Easy enough. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but there's some wires right up here, and I'm gonna zip tie these to them so they stay out of the way of sharp edges and stuff. And I'll probably get some wire loom, at least for this area, just to keep it from rubbing or anything. Well, there they are. So they work nice and bright and lower down on the bumper. So I think that'll help a lot too. They seem every bit as bright, or maybe even brighter than the factory ones, and then they're like 1.5 feet lower. So we'll test it out once it gets a little darker. There you have the install. We're gonna go to a night scene, check out how it was. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for your support. So we've got the Oracle lights installed. Let's see how we do. I can see a lot better. I don't know if you can tell, but I can see a lot better. Jack's out there filming for us again. A lot easier to see the difference between the grass and the driveway. And if you look out the side, you can see a little bit better. Quite a bit better, actually. It's just, you know, a lot more light, and then it's on the ground as well, so where I need the light. So there you have it. The Oracle lights seem to do a great job of lighting it up and getting the light lower down on the bumper so you can see what you're doing. Install was pretty easy, straightforward. It's basically 6 bolts and running some wires and making some connections. The easy harness was easy, clip it in, you know, showed you everything. Again, another shout out to Jason at Bad Attitude Off-Road for a good deal and good service on these lights. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I appreciate every view. I appreciate y'all. Have a great day.